We're going to talk about separation of church and state. You know, you can scrutinize the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and there's four words you won't see. You won't see separation of church and state. It's not in there. Where was the term coined? It was coined by Thomas Jefferson in a letter he wrote to the Danbury Baptist Church, because they didn't want an organized state religion. They fled England because if you didn't believe like the Church of England, you were beaten, tortured, or imprisoned, or killed. That's why they didn't want a national religion recognized by the government. And that's what he interpreted as to be. However, he also said resistance to tyranny is obedience to God. Our Continental Congress had a first meeting was a 3.5-hour prayer meeting. If he believed in separation of church and state, they certainly wouldn't have met in the halls of Congress. That's where the Danbury Baptist Church was held, in the halls of the U.S. Congress. And the Ten Commandments were a basis of all of our laws at that time. And George Washington said it is impossible to govern without God and the Bible. John Adams said freedom without virtue is madness. Self-government cannot work without self-responsibility and a virtuous society. So we need to really understand they were not deists. They understood the scripture. And most all of them said the scripture was the most important foundation of America. In fact, 27 of the signers of the Declaration of Independence had seminary degrees. They were theologians, and they were well grounded in their beliefs. And they wanted to build a country not based on a monarchy or dictatorship. They studied the government of every nation that ever occurred in the history of the world, and built this one nation under God as our motto. And if we ever destroy religious freedom, it's all dependent on political freedom and economic freedom have their foundation in religious liberty. And that's something to think about.